Floor is yours.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members. My name is Amisha, and I'm here with my husband, Avinashja. We own a single-family home in Alameda County, and we've had a horrendous experience with tenants who refused to pay rent for nearly 2 years while they were subletting our property on Airbnb against the lease agreement. Alameda County's local moratorium prohibited eviction even when tenants have been defrauding their landlords, and they refused any rental assistance as well. We originally purchased our home to be our primary residence. We only decided to rent it out while we were completing our own rental obligation to our landlord. Our plan was to move into our home right after. To our horrific surprise, our tenants claimed hardship, stopped paying rent, even though they were making money off our property by renting it out on Airbnb. As if that was not enough, the Airbnb guests refused to move out, and the original tenants simply abandoned the home after a dispute with the Airbnb guests. Alameda County's local moratorium prohibited us from evicting tenants and the Airbnb guests, even in this situation. By the time the Airbnb guests abandoned our home, we had been financially and emotionally drained. We ended up with not only rental losses that amount to $50K, but also a house that was completely trashed. It cost us an additional $50K to make it habitable. Our family, my husband and I, we immigrated here with a few $100s, worked very hard, saved up for a financially secure future for us and our kids. But we ended up housing people for free for over 2 years and bearing huge losses north of $100K while we continued to pay mortgage and property taxes on the property we couldn't live in. This is the story of many other small landlords, mom and pop landlords like us. Please vote yes today on this important legislation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shaw. I'm sorry for your hardship. All right, Charlotte Stone.
Good morning. My name is Charlotte Stone, and I'm a single owner of property in Los Angeles. After years of hard work, I was able to purchase a rental property as an investment in my retirement and with the hopes to one day be able to care for my aging parents. My tenant has not paid rent or full rent for over 2 years, and as of today owes over $74,000 in rent. The law in Los Angeles prohibits me from filing an eviction against him. During this time, I've continued to pay my mortgage payments and property taxes, but this has become a financial hardship. As soon as the Housing is Key program was operational, I applied for rent relief dollars. After many formal written notices to the tenant asking that he apply, I received no response. He did eventually apply, but I was unaware of his application because he failed to inform me, and the Housing is Key system did not link our applications. When I was finally able to speak to a Housing is Key administrator, I was informed that the Housing is Key process had sent a check directly to the tenant for $41,935. That happened on October 29th, 2021. As of today, the tenant has not paid those dollars to me as required by law. I reported this to the fraud unit, and it is currently under investigation. The fraud unit I've not heard from them, nor have I heard from the tenant, who continues to live in the property and not pay rent. The tenant is a successful screenplay writer, filmmaker, director, producer, and lecturer. His movies have taken in over $25 million in their opening weeks. He has enough money to hire an attorney who has claimed that my formal written request for payment of rent is harassment. Let me be clear, I have not called him at odd hours, I haven't knocked on his door, I have not accosted him on the street. I simply have asked through the formal state required notice process that he file for rent relief and pay those dollars to me. He has refused. I respectfully ask that you vote aye on this important bill today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Stone.